Hi, this is Dan Langley with another episode of Eye-Opening Discussions. But today we're on site in location in Kapoho, Hawaii, where I'm joined with my younger brother, Kevin Bazley, and my best friend, Brooke Bills. And we decided to come out here for several reasons. One, to reconnect and just enjoy the land. But also we had a couple of ideas about some documentary projects. But before we get into that, Kevin, thank you for joining us on this very special episode of Eye-Opening Discussions.
Well,
Yes. And Brooke, what are your thoughts about our adventures thus far today?
We have been busy, but exploring all the Big Island that we possibly could. In particular, coming back to properties that you guys have put your heart and soul into, in particular, both of you. And we're on one property that I can feel the love. And then we have another property that we'll touch on later on a different episode at the lava tubes. But it started off with this cabin just as a cover and a lanai. That's it. And now it's gorgeous.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. When we first came out here, all this area here was nothing but cane grass, dense. Yeah, I had to almost cut it with a chainsaw. And so we've found some fantastic family here on the island that's been able to take care of this land and start manicuring it over the last about 18 months or so. And it's turned this into a beautiful spot that we can then, it's almost like as we had mentioned earlier, like a clean, a fresh canvas that now we can start painting an agricultural work of art, kind of planting a food forest to grow fruits and vegetables and maybe even some macadamia nuts. But I'm super pumped. When we first came out here, just the view, we have a 180-degree view of the ocean. On a clear day, we see Mount Mauna Kea right over here. So before, this was just a deck. And to just sit here and view the Pacific Ocean and just feel the breeze coming through here, I was just so invigorated. And so I thought, man, if Kevin could come out here and put his skills to the test and start creating things like he's known to do, this would turn to a beautiful oasis. So what were your thoughts about this when we first came out here?
it's been a very intense learning experience.
Yeah.
How many years have you guys been working on this?
On this piece of property, I think about 1.5 years.
Okay.
I think we've been, 3 years, I think, or so. 3 years out in Hawaii. And the first was the other piece of property with the tube. And then so we got that going, and then it was what am I going to do? Watch some plants grow, So come down and let's do another one. So it's green here. You'll see later that the other piece of property is in a jungle. It's a rainforest. And then out here we at least get, the nice salt wind breeze coming to grow coconuts. Coconuts need to have salt air, salt water to be able to grow. And we like coconut.
As we normally talk about in the intro, if we're ready to question everything that we think that we know, and one of those ideas that came up was, is the food that we're eating the healthiest food that we could have? And it kind of spurred on these other, questions that I had about, where does our food come from? Is it nutritious for us? Why do we have such a high rate of disease in the United States? And honestly, kind of where our medicine comes from. And so, Kevin, as far as when we first kind of came out here, I know that early on we just said, hey, we have this idea about maybe building kind of a
community environment to provide healing, and that's where it kind of started off.
That's a sustained farm.
Yeah.
One that you can grow and then also harvest and sell by the abundance.
Yeah.
And some of those lessons, we realized the hurdles in trying to make that happen.
Yeah. There's no dirt on the island unless you're on the other side. You got to bring it in.
And you did. I mean, it looks beautiful, but
yeah. Initially, we've seen some episodes with my buddy Jeremy, and so initially I had Jeremy come out here and kind of survey the situation. He found this piece of property for us, and based on how the lava flow came out of the was it Fissure 8, and actually kind of almost wrapped around this piece of property here and almost like preserved it for us. And so we thought that this piece of land was absolutely beautiful with the view. And once we came out here, Kevin had seen the lanai and said, I think let's kind of convert this into a place that we can actually be sheltered from the elements. And then it just kind of grew from there. So kind of tell us what the structure was like when you first had seen it.
Oh, when I first got here, it was pretty much like a 30 by 30 deck, covered deck, open to all the elements. It was literally just a covered platform. But being up here and looking over that way, I was like, this is a prime spot, great view. The energy was great. And it was peaceful. And that's the number one thing is you come to the island to kind of unwind from the rat.
Yeah, the rat race.
The rat race back on the mainland, and here we are. And I think that as soon as you get off the plane, I mean, all the stress goes away.
Yeah.
It's island time, literally. That's with everything.
Yeah, we had an interesting childhood, and and we weren't all that close, at least in the beginning. It was my mom raising kind of three of us boys, and we're all kind of close in age. So just sibling.
You're apart.
Yeah.
It's like you're apart.
Was it Irish triplets?
Yeah. So there is a pecking order.
Yeah. And so that's what. So tell us about that.
I don't need to.
Yeah.
Well, we can just say the pecking order. Everybody that's the younger brother knows what I have to say.
Yeah. So I may have not been the most loving, kind, and caring older brother, but I look back on that and recognize that.
You're a dick. Yeah. And I said, I probably was, but he has changed.
Yeah.
Has grown.
Definitely has.
It's like a butterfly, cocoon, and look at him.
Yeah, and so in our 20s and 30s and 40s, we just kind of grew apart and we're growing our own individual families. And so this project has allowed us to rekindle our relationship and maybe heal some of the rifts that have occurred there. And I'm sorry for any of the
like traumatized stuff. Yeah, that's okay.
Traumatized.
Yes, and maybe everything. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
So I am who I am.
Yeah.
I don't know. I read a text though.
Do your toughest nails though. I was about to say your toughest nails.
She's got a couple little ticks.
Yeah, and it's allowed me to really appreciate what a wonderful person he is. And I feel fortunate now that I'm finally acknowledging and recognizing what a wonderful person he has always been, and that it was my perception of just my life in reality that may have prevented me from truly seeing how wonderful of a person he is. And so being out here both in the Hawaiian Acres and out in Kapoho, he truly has transformed this in a way that I really never thought that anybody could. And he is a fantastic, I always say he's got a very Capricornian energy where, he sees an obstacle and he just plows through it. And he's very pragmatic about his approach to things, and is great with building things and creating things that are truly of high quality. So I have a newfound respect and appreciation for him as an individual that he's had his whole life, but I was just blinded and wasn't really perceiving that. But allowing us to come to Hawaii, and Hawaii's offered us an opportunity to truly appreciate each other for who we have always been, or maybe not for who we're always been, but that we had that ability or the potential inside of us to see that. And so I just wanted to thank Kevin for all of his energy and effort in here. He's truly made this place magnificent. He's converted the jungle and some somewhat barren land into a true fertile and abundant environment for us to grow not only relationships, but to also have a clean canvas to grow a food forest. And I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, we have some food here that will be growing really soon.
That was
We have a nice avocado tree down there. We got the coconuts we just chopped down a couple months ago, but they take 6 to 8 months to grow more.
yeah.
Yeah, and it's great. It really kind of puts forth that if anything can really grow any place, but the quality of the soil is important. So sometimes the soil has weeds from previous traumas in our life, from just Mother Nature deciding that it wants to try to grow things, maybe negative thought forms that we've harbored since we were children. And it provides an opportunity to say, well, do we want this weed to continue to grow in our garden? Or we can simply identify the weed, the trauma, etc., and pluck it out and create a more fertile soil for seeds and for ideas that we actually want to implant in the soil. We might not have chosen, when we first encountered the soil, we may not have chosen the specific ideas that were there germinating, but now as adults and with a newfound sense of awareness, we can say, I don't like that idea. We simply remove it and concentrate on the ideas and the passion projects that we would like to put our energy into. And I think that's kind of a realization that anybody can do this in their actual life. They can say, I don't like this weed growing in my garden, identify it, remove it, and then say, what would I rather have in its place? And I think this, as we're learning about this methodology or this technique that we can choose to to cultivate our mental garden.
Yeah.
I think having an actual alchemical lab in physical reality has been a phenomenal reassurance that we are indeed on the right track.
Just keep on feeding into it, keep planting. Because, you never have enough. And then when you have enough, then...
Yeah. And that's a great point.
Sure.
Yeah, it's how do you keep fertilizing the land? Is you keep putting your energy, your compassion, your love, your care into the land, and the land becomes more fertile, whether that's with the relationship, whether that's with the land. And
what is the saying? You take care of the land will take care of you.
Yeah, I think so. And whether that's the land of the soil within our mind, within our imagination, and if we take care of our imagination, if we cultivate pleasant thoughts of love and compassion and harmony, then we can't help but reap the fruits of the root that we plant into that soil of our imagination. And I'm so grateful that we've had a chance to rekindle our relationship.
It always says we are loved.
Yes. I'm just glad you knew what weeds to throw out, which was to keep around.
Oh, hey.
You was close to uprooting me.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, God.
We in this relationship.
I just say, there's sometimes I'm like, Annie, it's okay. Time out.
Just go with it.
You did good.
Just flow.
You did good.
And so whether
And USA.
Yes.
you read the ears, it's like, and yeah. So whether we're in the beautiful island of Hawaii, learning to be better stewards of our own soil, or whether we're back in Oklahoma or Seattle, or
We'll be on the mainland here in a month or two, or what, in another place. So,
and to take the lessons that we definitely have learned here through the beautiful island of Hawaii's energy that's given us to support any type of growth that can occur, and finding out that maybe each one of us has been an obstacle to our ultimate happiness and success, then I'm very grateful for these opportunities. So again, I'm super pumped about this opportunity for our audience to join us in Hawaii. And it just reminds us that no matter where we are physically in the world, that the most important thing is where you are in your mental space. Are you harboring animosity or fear or guilt or shame about anything in your life? And these can be the negative weeds that we have in our own personal garden. But the great news is that if you take the time to identify those negative thought forms that you have and simply remove those from your garden, then your life will immediately improve. And so again, I appreciate everybody joining us on another episode of I'm Not a Guru, eye-opening discussions. And so again, if you're ready to question everything that you think that you know in order to discover your true purpose and unleash your full potential, then join us next time on another episode of Eye-Opening Discussions or I'm Not a Guru. Thank you.